Hello guys, it's me, Dara, and today we are going to see how to create a planet Earth in Blender.
Yes, so this is our Earth that we did Monday, I think. So you can see that it has like three spheres. So we use 5 textures for those 3 spheres, and it will be on the link below the YouTube video. So we will use those 5 textures. We have the basic color, and then we will have the
Albedo.
yes, this is
This
the
one is the one.
yes, and then we have the bump texture for the shores and the mountains and the sea, and then we have the cloud. This will be for the second sphere. That, as you can see here, this will be the second sphere that we will use, and then we have the night.
Night lights.
Yes, for the cities in the like shadow here, as you can see, it will be on the first layer actually, and then we have the mask for the specularity for the light that comes from the sun. Okay, so we will start, and we will just set up our interface so that it's easy to work. So we just need to open our node, the shader lock editor, and you can press Shift 3 tool if you want. So I'm just gonna hide it because we don't need it that much. I can also remove my cube because the Earth is spherical, so you need a UV sphere. Let's
subdivide it.
Yes, let's
to make it smooth.
Let's put it at 64 and 32. Let's smooth it. And let's just be sure that the smoothing options are at 30 degree auto smooth here.
Auto smooth.
And then this will be my Earth, of course. Just name it here, just to not confuse your. Then we will add the cloud.
A second layer.
Yes.
With clouds. Yes.
It will be the same sphere with the same subdivisions. So just do the same thing. Shade smooth. Auto smooth, and just name it cloud. And finally it will be our atmosphere. Same again, smooth it, and 30. Now
smooth divide.
Yes,
we need to scale now.
Yes, now we will scale it. Scale it. I would recommend something that come close to 20, because this is the best thing for the lighting that we will use with the sun and the shadows. So about 20, and just let's put the camera out because the camera is in the core of the Earth now.
Yeah.
It's in the middle of the core, and let's move our light that we will change. And now of course we must change the scale, because as you can see here, the scale should always be 1 when you want to put like the nodes and texture, because otherwise it will deform. So this will be the atmosphere. So just select the tree here, atmosphere, Earth, cloud, and atmosphere, and press Ctrl A to scale it. Now if you press, the Earth is at 1, the cloud is at 1, and the atmosphere is at 1, but we also must need to check if those are the good dimension. So because here you see that it's all the same, so we must just slightly make the cloud cloud sphere
a little bit bigger.
Exactly. Yeah. So just press S 0.1.
Yeah.
And then the atmosphere, press S 1.03. Okay, so now we can see that the Earth is at 40 exactly, the cloud is at 40.4, and the atmosphere is at 41.2. So we must also scale it again, because the scale must be 1 so that we don't have problems later when we work. So press the 2 and press Ctrl A and scale it, and now it's all at 1. And what else can we do now that we have our sphere, Vera?
Well, we must check the light.
Exactly.
The main
Exactly.
source of light, that is the sun.
Yes, so but now here we just have light, so what can we do to have a sun? To have a...
Change the point light to point
Yes.
to sun.
Yeah, so just go here in the small light bubble, like it has changed a little bit since the previous version. Press here, and here you have some few options, and press sun. And here we want to use in the dev mode because we don't want to like render yet, because we need to work with the texture before we like render it, and it takes a lot of memory. So I'm just gonna press also my camera so that my camera become locked to my camera, to my view.
Locked to camera.
Yes.
Yes.
So when I press 0, I can change it and move accordingly. So I would like to be in the middle here, and I would like my shadow to be just in the middle of my earth when I will render it and make my final image. So go back to 0, and here I want to go in the dev mode here, in the look dev mode. It's just to see the texture and the shadows without taking too much memory. Let's see if I have a note from my okay, it's good. It means that my RAM is still fine. Now we need to see the scene lights, of course, and the scene world.
It's a preview.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's just a preview, and the back face color we don't really need it because we are working with a sphere in the void, so we don't need it. The other thing we might want to do now in the first step is that we will want a black background because we are in space, of course, so we don't need a gray. So just go inward here and tune it to pitch black here. So you just need to lower your value here.
Yeah, we can use an HDRI at the end
Yes, we will
with
use
stars.
exactly. We have it. We will go on our website and download it and download one. But now you can see that it's fine. The other thing I can do, since I don't need it, is that I don't need the floor grid here, and I don't need the axis. I just want my planet. Okay, so now we can press 0, and you can see that the shadows are here, but I would like the shadows to be in the middle. So what I can press, you will not see it, but just press 0 here, press your light here, which is the sun, and now just press R for rotation and press Z to tweak it. So you can change it, so just go far, just go on the left a little bit, keep going on the left until it turn, because we want the earth to be in the shadows to be in the middle. Now press R and Y a little bit to tweak it. It's a little bit hard because but we will make it, and press RX. It's almost done. Because the shadows are supposed to be shadows are really supposed to be vertical. Okay, so now we have it. We have in the middle of our planet. Just try to like tweak it until you can come to this kind of result, because this is what we want for our Earth. We want it to be in the middle of India here, so that we can see Asia and all the world light. I think it's the best way. It's beautiful. Okay, so now we have our shadow. What else can we do for the material now?
We can start to create the materials.
Yes.
Hide the atmosphere and the clouds layer for the moment
Yes.
by pressing the eye symbol on the outliner. And let's start working on the earth material.
So yes, so I will just press Earth here, and I will go back to my objects here, and you can see that for now there is nothing. So I must press New, of course, so that we have a new material. And for those of you who are just starting to learn Blender, I can also do that option if I go to Material here and I press New. So both are the same. When I press it here, and I have
This is the standard shader.
yes, this is the principled BSDF, but we need an image here, so you can delete it. And
we need the diffuse for the earth.
Yes, we can use diffuse. Diffuse shader.
You can hide the cloud and the atmosphere meshes.
Yes, exactly. Sorry, I forgot. So just hide it because we don't need it yet. So just press here in the eye and hide
the eye symbol
and, and the atmosphere. And now you see that it's totally black. We just see the earth. So we plug the diffuse
shader.
Okay. Yeah. And now we can add or just press
the texture.
Yes, just press Shift A to add your texture. So we will add the basic color we showed you at the beginning.
It's the albedo.
Yes, it's called albedo for basic color. So just press albedo here, and you can plug it to color here. So you can see that it's here, but this is not what we want, because we need that it be like with a sphere projection.
Yeah, we need a sphere projection.
So it's bad right now. So let's just add a texture coordinate so that it looks good.
Generated to vector.
So now you can see it's good, and before we continue, I'm gonna press 0 and make it that Africa will be slightly on the left, and we will see Asia on the east. So just let me. So I have Africa here, and I will have Asia here, and I will actually put my camera closer.
Yeah. You can rotate a little bit, maybe.
Yes, like this. And press R again and Z to rotate it. So it should be fine like this. You can see it's almost the same. So I press 0 again. So now what can we do to put some specularity or reflection on our globe?
We need to apply a glossy shader.
Exactly.
But first we need to add another shader called mix shader.
Exactly. So the mix shader, just can go on shader here and mix shader. And by the way, for those of you who don't know Blender yet, you can add the nodes here too. It's also the same thing, or press Shift A. So now we have the mix shader, and what else can we add?
A glossy shader.
Exactly. The glossy shader is for the reflection. So we need we need the reflection for our ocean. So we'll just plug it here.
Yes.
And you can see that now it's too much, because we just want for the ocean and not the whole planet. So what can we do to solve this problem?
We must apply a mask.
Exactly.
A black and white mask.
Okay, so this is the mask we showed you. It's a specularity mask to just block the light at some place and let the light at some other place. So we will just add a new image texture, and we will go in the same file, desktop, earth, and we can use the ocean mask here. Okay, so we have it here, and of course we must plug it to our texture coordinate, and also we must add it again to a sphere projection
Sphere.
because it's a sphere, and we must also add a non-color data because we just want the mask. We don't need the color of the mask. We just want Blender to know where it should hide the light. So if I plug it here, there will be a small problem because
In fact,
yes, in Factor, just plug it here. We can see that it did pretty much the opposite because our mask should be on the ocean, on the Earth and not the ocean. So
we need the opposite.
yeah. So what can we do to solve this problem?
We must apply the invert.
So just go here and search the invert node and plug it here. So now you can see that it's pretty much good for the continents, but it's still not yet good enough for our oceans. So we can solve this by using a Fresnel node, just so
Fresnel.
just so that the angles are very good. So what can we do, Vera?
Just look for the Fresnel node.
Exactly. So we can go here,
Write it,
and press Fresnel node. So I have my nodes here, but where should I put it?
you added the second mix shader.
Exactly. So I'm just gonna put it slightly here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
You
add,
need another mix shader.
yes, I need a new mix shader here, and I can put it here in the middle, and I'm gonna cut it here, add this one here, and I'm gonna use my central diffuse node as the first shader, and I'm gonna add my Fresnel as the node. So now you can see that the reflection is really just here, just in the ocean. You can see that it's exactly what I wanted. So we are almost done for the first sphere. So what else can we add so that our ground look much more realistic? Because now we can see that
We need a bump map
yes,
now.
because now we can see that it's pretty much flat. It's just a globe, but we need some relief, as we say in French.
Some bumpiness.
Yes, some relief, I think, in English. So we can add the bump mapping I showed you at the beginning. It's a
Texture.
desktop, earth, and bump here.
Bump map that is in black and white, like the mask map.
Yes, just to make us see.
And now add the vector bump.
Yes. We can also plug it to our texture coordinate.
Yes.
And also we must change it to sphere and to non-color, and we can add it to bump again, as Vera said. We can go to vector and bump here, just to tell Blender that this is a bump mapping texture and not a normal. So we should plug it to height and not normal.
Height.
Yes, it's quite important to plug it at height and not normal. And we can plug
Normal vector to the normal vector of the diffuse.
So we should wait a little bit. Sorry that it is slow. I hope that it will fix itself, but you know what? We can still continue. We can still cut this this video and keep continuing anyway. Okay, it's good. I was very scared that it will not work. I was scared. So now you can see that it's a little bit too much. So what can we do to just reduce a little bit?
Decrease the value of the bump map.
Here we can decrease the strength. So
yes.
I will put it at 3/4. So we can put it at 0.75. and the clouds and the atmosphere will do the rest, and it will look good for now. So this was the first step. This was for the cloud, no, the Earth. And now what we can do is we can work with the cloud. So this is our basic cloud. And now what?
Okay. Select our second layer.
Exactly.
Make it visible first.
So this was the Earth. So now we will
go on the cloud.
I will click on the cloud and select it. So now you can see that there is still nothing because we did not start to work. So we will press new again, and we have a basic shader again. We can add a diffuse just as what we did. We can add a diffuse, and we will add also a special node just to make it transparent. What can we add?
The transparency?
Yes, we can add the transparent BSDF because we need that our cloud be a little bit transparent between the clouds, and we of course need the mix shader to mix them. So I will go here and I press surface here, and I will place transparency in the second node, and I will put the shader in our first node. Okay. We have diffuse.
We need the texture now.
Okay. So now
the clouds.
So now we will add the texture for the clouds. Shader, texture, image. Let's press open. Earth and cloud here. As before, we must make it a sphere projection.
Sphere.
We can also add
texture coordinate.
Texture coordinate.
To generate it.
And we will add to generate it, and we will plug it here.
It's a black and white texture, so we can use it as a bump map too.
We can also put here non-color data.
Yes.
And now you can see that we have a little bit trouble because this is the look dev menu. So what I can do here is that I will just show you a little bit in the rendered mode, so that you can see like what it looks like, but it might just it might slow down my recording, but we will just look how it looks like. So we will just wait a moment here and go in here and go in cycles, and you see that it's quite good. Okay, but I'm gonna see here. Okay.
Yes, it's good.
But it's still here. It's too much. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna press here, and I'm gonna press the light because I cannot stay too much in the rendering mode because it will mess up my video. I'm gonna increase the intensity of my light. So it was 1 here. I'm gonna put it at 20. And go back in. Okay, you can see that it's good here again.
Maybe too much.
The light? Okay, you think it's too much? Okay. So let's press it at
70.
17
maybe. Yeah.
Yes, 70. Okay. Even 15.
Let's go 15.
Still too much for you, or?
Looks better.
Just okay. So now it's good, but the Blender lagged again. We will wait, and if it doesn't work, we will stop here and we will cut the video in 2 parts anyway. So it's not a problem.
And we are using just 32 samples.
Yes, we are just using, but the thing is that we are recording at the same time and Skype at the same time, so that's why it creates such problem. So I'm gonna go back here. I will go back here and see why, because now it's very good, but the problem is that we have too much. We have to, okay, and also what I forgot, what is very important is that I'm gonna see if it's okay. We must also name our stuff so that it won't create a problem when we change in the node editor, because sometimes we can choose the bad material, it can create some problem. So just to be careful, just write or your material correctly so that it won't create any problem. I'm gonna go back to render mode here, because I would like this is very good, but I think we have too much clouds. This is the problem. So I'm gonna go back here.
Just rotate them.
Yes, I'm gonna press my cloud and press R and Z.
And you must add the bump vector.
Yes, we will add
to add more depth.
Let's try this way, cloud. Okay, I think it's a little bit better here. It's just that I don't like too much clouds. Okay,
it's a cloudy day.
Yes, it's a cloudy day. It's the day before the end of the world. Okay, so now it's good. I'm gonna go back here, and as Vera said, we must add some bump mapping to the clouds, because we need to have some kind of volumetric, fake volumetric effect to make it look like the clouds are in 3 dimension. So what can we do, Vera?
Add a bump vector.
Yes, just as what we did in the first sphere. So we can add the bump vector,
ground.
Put it to height, right? And put the normal here to our diffuse, because we want yes, because we want to play with this. Okay, and then okay, so you can see, and what is good with the cloud is that we can increase the strength without making it look weird, because those are just white texture. It's not really complex, so we can add it even to 4, and let's see how it looks like. Sometimes, okay, so it may be hard to see, but it looks a little bit better. It looks almost volumetric. It's not perfect, but it's good. Okay, so now we have our cloud texture, so we can go back to our normal. And what else can we do now that we have our Earth and our cloud?
We can start to work on the atmosphere.
Perfect. So now
make it visible first.
Okay, so now we finish this. We make our atmosphere visible. So we must start again.
Create a new material.
So I'm gonna press on cloud, and you can press here new again. Okay. So now what we need for the atmosphere is a little bit special, because we want a true atmosphere and not just a sample sphere or bubble. So we need a true volume.
It's a volume scatter shader.
Yes. Yes, because we need a true atmosphere with a true gas. So just press here and write the volume scatter node, because it will make it look like a true volume.
It's a foggy shader, we can say.
Yes, we can use that stuff to make the fog in a city and the water inside.
Connect to volume.
Yes, exactly. So here it's very important to plug it to the volume and not the surface, because it's a volume. So we don't see that much yet because it's just a sample volume, so we don't see that much. You can see it's empty. So now what else can we add to make it look realistic?
We need to add now a color ramp.
Exactly, but we can press it a little bit here to make it bluish a little bit. We want
it's a bit bluish. Yes.
We can change it after, but we cannot see it because this is the look depth. But we can probably try to see even here what it looks like. Okay, so you can see it's pretty bluish, but it's not enough. We really need more details. So I'm gonna go back to my here. I'm gonna add a color ramp here. This is to make some kind of gradation between the center and the edge of our planet, so that the color transition is smooth. So add a color ramp here. And in the middle we can add
multiply.
Yes, in the middle we can add a matte node and click on multiply to strengthen the effect that we will have on our stuff. And it's very important here that the multiplication we do must go in the density and not the color, because we are looking for the transition between the edge and the center of the planet, so we don't need the color. And also before, oops, it started again to freeze, so let's wait a little bit. So I think that Vera mom wants that she goes to eat, but it's almost done.
Yeah.
It's almost done, and I think we can stop the video actually after we did the atmosphere, and you can do the city light in a second video.
Okay.
So we will just add the color here to first let's put it to 1. Let's put this factor here to 1. We want white, and let's scale it down to the near 0, not totally black, but near 0. And let's put a texture gradient here. It's called gradient texture, I think, yes. And we need to apply this to the whole geometry here. So we need a geometry. We need to apply to geometry.
It's the input.
Yes.
Of the texture, yes. Geometry.
And we need to add it as a position right. And let's plug the color here. Now it's in the middle, so we will have probably to tweak it. So also very important, let's rename it. So now we cannot see that much, it's in dev mode. Let's go here.
Let's check.
Okay, so now we just need to play a little bit with
transparency.
Yes, with the values here. So let's see what happens if we increase it to 1. No, I think we can actually decrease it because it's the multiply is like dividing. So let's put it to 1, I think.
Agora.
Okay, now you can see it's much better.
Uhum.
We could probably also change the more sky blue light like this. So now you can see that we have the result. So I'm gonna go back here and press 0 and press, and you can see that the result is very good. So in the next video, like, we will do the night light for the city. Like, thank you very much, and please don't forget to subscribe.
Bye bye.